Welcome to Untold Pioneers, a channel that explores lesser-known stories and untold tales of historical figures, events, and cultural phenomena. Join us as we delve deep into the past to uncover the hidden gems of history. Today we will discuss the dark history of medical experimentation on African Americans. Medical experimentation is an essential part of advancing modern medicine. It has enabled scientists to develop treatments and cures for numerous diseases. However, the history of medical experimentation is riddled with atrocities committed in the name of science. This documentary will explore the dark history of medical experimentation on African Americans, uncovering the untold stories of those exploited for scientific gain. The origins of medical experimentation on African Americans can be traced back to the era of slavery in America. Enslaved Africans were subjected to brutal medical experiments, including surgical procedures, without anesthesia or consent. This practice continued well into the 20th century when African Americans were used as test subjects for medical experiments without their knowledge or consent. One of the most notorious examples of medical experimentation on African Americans is the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. From 1932 to 1972, the U.S. Public Health Service conducted a study in which they denied treatment to African American men with syphilis, despite the availability of effective treatment. The study was conducted without informed consent, and the participants were not told they had syphilis. Instead, they were told they received free medical care for bad blood. The study continued even after penicillin became widely available in the 1940s. Another example is the case of Henrietta Lacks, an African-American woman whose cervical cancer cells were taken without her knowledge or consent in 1951. Her cells were then used in countless medical experiments, leading to the development of vaccines, cancer treatments, and other medical breakthroughs. However, her family was never informed of the use of her cells, and they did not receive any financial compensation for the contributions their mother made to science. These are just a few examples of the many instances of medical experimentation on African Americans that have been hidden from the public for decades. Despite the many medical breakthroughs that have come as a result of medical experimentation, the history of the mistreatment of African Americans cannot be ignored. It is essential to acknowledge the wrongdoings of the past and work towards ensuring that such atrocities never happen again. It is also important to recognize the ongoing mistrust that many African Americans have towards the medical community as a result of this history. The legacy of medical experimentation has created a sense of mistrust that has led to significant health disparities in the African American community. Moving forward, it is crucial to prioritize informed consent and respect for human dignity in all medical research. It is also essential to ensure that research is conducted in an ethical and transparent manner. Only by acknowledging the past and making the commitment to do better in the future can we hope to rebuild trust and create a more equitable healthcare system. What steps can we take to ensure that medical research is conducted in an ethical and transparent manner, while respecting the rights and dignity of all individuals? The dark history of medical experimentation on African Americans reminds us of the systemic inequalities that continue to exist in our society. However, by learning about this history and working towards a better future, we can help to create a more just and equitable healthcare system for all. What are common health problems among African Americans? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Untold Pioneers for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.